Hi you guys, it's Lynnea and I have a video for you today using LDRS creative products. So I'm going to get a little wintry and a little sequiny and shakery today. I'm using the Ice Valley stamp set as well as the Snowball Fight stamp set, and I'll be using their coordinating dies as well. Let's go ahead and get started by building the background. And say hello to my little kitty cat Gus because he makes a few appearances. He likes to sit with me and craft with me, and today he tried to color with me. So there he is. I'm going to start with this Ice Valley stamp set, and I'm using Raven Hybrid ink to ink that up. And now I have that, and I'm using Nina cardstock. I'm going to color this with my alcohol markers, just adding a little bit of blue-green, so I'm using BG10 and BG11 for the ice. I like to make my ice a different color than the snow, and I tend to lean towards blue-greens for ice and then cool grays for snow. I'm really just adding quick coloring here, just a little bit of shading, nothing too excessive. I'm keeping the coloring simple because, first of all, I'm a simple colorist, and second, this is actually going to be a background. So I stamped this about where I want this image to be on my card, but you're not really going to see this whole background panel. In fact, you're going to see me make use of this background panel later on. But for now, I'm just adding quick coloring. My idea is to have a set back shaker. And so I'm going to use the coordinating die, but I'm not actually going to be die cutting the portion that I'm coloring now. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. So here I am, I'm going in with some C0 for the snow, and I will actually add some C2 as well, just to deepen those shadows. So now I'm bringing in the Snowball Fight stamp set, and I've stamped a little fox and then the little fox snowman, which I think is absolutely adorable, at the bottom of this Nina piece of cardstock. Now, like I said, this is going to be my background, but you're only going to see that Ice Valley stamp set itself. So I can go ahead and use the bottom portion of this to color in my Snowball Fight images, and then I can die cut them out of here. My coloring cardstock, the cardstock that I color with alcohol markers on, is like precious stones to me. I don't like to waste it, so I'm going to use every bit of it that I can. So I thought, why not use the bottom of my paper for this? So I'm going in and I'm just adding quick coloring again, C2 and C0 for the snowman so that he'll match the snow from that Ice Valley background. And then for the fox, I like to use YR23 and YR27 to color in his body. That's kind of a nice little red-brown color. And then I'm going to use some warm gray colors on his belly and the actual face. Really, really easy, simple coloring. I just usually use 2 markers for each color family. Once my coloring is finished, I'm going to cut out the images from the Snowball Fight stamp set with the coordinating dies. It's really easy to do. Just position the dies over the top, and I like to hold them in place with some low-tack tape. That way they don't shift as I cut them out of my die cutting machine. So now comes the fun part, because like I said, I'm going to be creating a shaker card, and that Ice Valley is going to be the background. So I took my time and I picked out a pattern paper from the Mackenzie Christmas 6x6 paper pad. This paper pad it's got to be my favorite Christmas paper pad of all papers. I am down to just scraps, so it's time for me to order a backup. This is one of my last full sheets of pattern paper, and I love it so much. I've been hoarding it, and I need to not hoard my pattern paper. I know there's others like me out there, but I'm using it. So I'm being very careful. I'm lining up that coordinating Ice Valley die about in the same place as I have my stamped image. Now, it's not really going to matter if I have it a little bit offset, which I do, as you'll see here, because I can tilt that and then just trim off the excess from the background, because you're not going to see that. This Mackenzie Christmas, this gorgeous mint pattern paper, is going to be the foreground, and that's what I'm going to create my shaker out of. So I have put some double-sided strong adhesive around my foreground, that Mackenzie Christmas die cut piece. And then I added a piece of acetate on top, and I'm going to trim away the excess. Now I need to build my shaker wells. So I'm using some double thick foam tape for this because I want to make sure that my sequins move. I'm going to make sure that I have all edges touching each other. So I'm going to kind of create a little square, and then I will fill in from there. But you really want to make sure that there's no way for your sequins to escape. Then I'm also going to fill in the rest of my background with foam tape to make sure that my card doesn't sag. Now here's where I made a little bit of a mistake. I meant to add my sequins onto my Ice Valley colored piece because I want to be able to look through my acetate window and line up that window with my stamped background. That's okay, I just kind of dumped my sequins everywhere. And this is actually a good thing because I had too many sequins in my shaker pouch anyway. So it made me be able to kind of, like I'm doing here, just sweeping some sequins off. And that way I will have less sequins. Excuse my head in the middle there, but I'm going to just stick my head right over the top and line up that Mackenzie Christmas die cut piece so that it is die cut evenly over my Ice Valley background. And there you go. That's how you do a set back shaker window. Super easy. I added a stamped sentiment with Raven Hybrid ink from the Snowball Fight stamp set. And then I also added those little Snowball Fight images down in the left-hand corner. And that's it. I'm leaving this card as is. I added it to a card base, and that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye. Thank you again very much for watching this video. If you liked this video and you'd like to see more from me, please hit that subscribe button that is on the screen now. And here are a few other videos that I thought you might enjoy.